Melissa. I work here at the Reagan Library, and John's going to just welcome you and give you a few little pieces of information about the exhibit. But just what I want to let you know is that I know that the email that went out from John said that you can be in this exhibit from 2:30 until 4:30. The museum, the Reagan Museum as a whole, closes at 5 p.m. So if you finished your touring within the exhibit and you want to go see the Reagan Museum, don't forget we have an actual Air Force One that flew 7 presidents. Your press badge will get you into all of our property, although it does close at 5. So when you're done with it, take your time. If this is all you have time for, but you want to come back, let me know and I'll get you a future pass. Otherwise, when you're done here, feel free to roam the property. Go see Air Force One, the Berlin Wall, our museum, President Reagan's gravesite, anything you'd like to see. And now, this is John Hybush. He's the Executive Director of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation. After our entrance, he's actually going to be in this last gallery, which we call the Hall of Presidents. So when you're done with your entire Disney experience, the last gallery you see is where John will be positioned to do any interviews you'd like about the library and the exhibit. But just a quick welcome from him.
Well, welcome everyone. How many people are here for the very first time to the Reagan Library? A great many of you. Well, it's the largest and most visited of all the presidential libraries in the United States, dedicated to Ronald Reagan, our 40th president. We get a lot of traffic. We get about 500,000 people a year. One of the reasons we do is because each year, once or twice a year, we bring to the Reagan Library very special exhibits. And this is definitely one of them. This exhibit is the largest and also longest lasting of all the special exhibits we've had in the history of the Reagan Library. It was important for us to bring this here because we look for special exhibits that have a real connection to the 40th president in one way, shape, or form. This one involves a very special connection, and that is of the dozen presidents that Walt Disney had a relationship with at one time or another in his life. The one he had with Ronald Reagan was a special one. President Reagan, as governor of California and coming from the entertainment industry, as certainly Walt Disney did, they were quite simpatico. They thought a lot alike. They stayed in touch throughout the years, and they supported each other along the way. So you'll find as you go through this exhibit extraordinary objects relating to the Disney history, but you'll also find in one or two of these particular galleries some really interesting objects with respect to the relationship to Ronald Reagan and Walt Disney. So I'll be around there. When you make your way through, I'm happy to talk to you about those. I just want to welcome you all here. As Melissa said, if you end up with any extra time at all, feel free to enjoy the museum. It's a brand new museum as well. Mrs. Reagan just cut the ribbon on this museum last year, and as she said, it's pretty special to get a ride on Air Force One, so take advantage of that as well. So with that, I'll let you get on your way. One other final point for you. This one's very important. You can see as you came through here today, it gets crowded. This is nothing compared to what we expect because the exhibit's not even open yet. So if you could urge all those that you contact with through your blogs and websites, etc. The smartest thing to do if you want a great experience to go through this exhibit is to go online to reaganlibrary.com, and it's really simple and easy. It's just a couple of clicks and you can reserve the day and the time that you come. That way you don't have to wait in lines. You can just come in at your assigned time and enjoy the experience. So I'd really stress that. So with that,
and hold on 1 second.
Thank you. And with that, he snuck in behind me.
Yeah, Stephen Clark from D23 just wants to say hello.
Hello. I think for those of you who know me and know the archives, you know the archives has been around for about 40 years, and you also probably know that we have about 75,000 square feet of warehouse space in the Burbank and Glendale area, and we are really proud to come here to the Reagan Library and actually show you the tip of the iceberg, but also the crown jewels of that collection. And when you look around, I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised. I would say about 50% of what you're going to see has never been exhibited before. The rest of it, rarely, if ever. Some of you may have seen some previous Treasures of the Archives exhibitions at the D23 Expos, our first 2 expos. And there's not a lot of overlap, so I think you'll be really pleased with the experience here. And you know, one of the most important things that we try to do through D23 and through the archives is truly to share that Disney legacy and share the Disney history with the people who care about it the most, and those are Disney fans. And I think that we've really hit the mark with this one. The partnership that we've had with the Reagan and trying to get this exhibit off the ground has been a great one in terms of not only that very first meeting that we had where we looked at this upstairs gallery space and, you know, we kind of thought, yeah, we can do something in this space, and it'll be nice and all that, but there's a lot of big pieces that aren't going to fit with this ceiling. And so, you know, John and his team immediately said, well, we can blow a hole in that wall over there, and you'll see where the stairs go down. They blew a hole in a wall, and it went down to what was called at one time the Peace Pavilion, and put a ginormous tent there, which gave us about 8,000 square feet more to play with, and a ceiling that's about 25 some odd feet tall. So when you get down there, that's where you'll see all the big, iconic, sort of contemporary classics, let's just put it that way. But some of the pieces that I just want to point out in terms of what I think are some of the crown jewels here today, you'll note that the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie script is here. To my recollection, besides the Walt Disney Studios, we've never exhibited that before. And I know that some of you will be interested to know that that is a piece that actually Walt Disney, during his lifetime, kept that in his desk drawer. So that script, that little mouse, was obviously very important to Walt. Some of the other pieces, besides the obvious, which is Walt's formal office, we're really happy to be showcasing that. And if you want to talk about attention to detail, because I know our fan sites care a lot about attention to detail, just one little piece of trivia. Every piece that's in Walt's office, from the books on the shelf to the knickknacks behind his desk, we put them back exactly where they were when Walt was occupying that office. Even when it was on exhibit at Disneyland, the books weren't all exactly in order. We went through, I saw the archivists looking at iPads with photos and trying to figure out which books, so they did a really great job. We're also very proud, for the very first time, to show you guys the Model T from the Absent-Minded Professor. A lot of people are really surprised to see that we actually kept it and have it, and it's here to showcase as well. Anyway, there's a lot more. I want you to explore and enjoy it all on your own. The exhibit sort of speaks for itself. I would like to introduce one person who is sort of the muscle and magic behind it all, is Becky Kline, who's the director of the Walt Disney Archives.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Becky, congratulations. You've outdone yourself. So anyway, that's all I have. If you guys want to take a tour around, and just Becky, John, and I are here. If you have any questions, feel free to just stop us and ask away. Enjoy.
Where she cheats, man. I just put Becky in.
Does she go that way?
I'll go this way, even though.
Becky, go this way.
Becky, where do we want to put her? Yeah. So you're not on campus? I'm doing more. I mean, I've always represented markets, so
it just kind of frees you up to more. Good.
always good. Exactly.
Always good.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
As they.
Because they're so fond of saying.
Exactly.
Necessarily off the subject, or that you read them. In those cases, these books are ones that were gifts. And so the secretaries wanted to mine the bookshelves and build them, so that's why some of the books are there. But, you know, Walt had books on city planning. You know, this was the early 1960s, and you know, the company was far into feature film production, animated live action, obviously Disneyland, and at that time, so I was going on, education system was that sort of thing. Ultimately, quite interesting and a lot of that is actually working on this, which really I think that that's where Walt Disney World. So books like Heart of Our Cities, you know, it's not about Hollywood, it's about, you know, other things. So it's Walt was very much a Renaissance man. That's what many of the books reflect. Dave should be around to start looking at some. He was here a few months ago and he said, out here he was looking at it now. He says, it always has been. It was more than 40 years ago when we first stepped into the office.
You know that this was changed a lot.
Started his job.
It's been 3 years.
Gary back then is total. Just be back in. This is as well.
Yeah,
12 minutes I get the free red light. Yeah, it's for once. Driver falls. They're trying to tell people this one the lunch
Oh, they're all my favorites. I love every one of them. But this one I got to evaluate because I haven't shown before the other one. Any of this. So it's kind of fun.
all you got to do is talk. You're good. So, but when people listen back to it, they'll listen in headphones, and they will hear as if they're me. So they will hear you in front of them, telling them exactly what the music in the background. It's binaural audio. It's very similar to what we use in this relationship. Exactly. Yes. Except not done in this relationship.
You do have these bucks.
All right. Well, great. Good to talk to you. Thank you for mentioning
Of course.
that.
I mean, D23, we're so excited to be presenting this to the fans. I mean, it's really one of the greatest partnerships that we've done.
Yeah, well, that's what D23 is actually about. Steve, our boss, kind of wanted to take the archives and share it with people. And over the years, we've collected so many things and we've taken care of all of this stuff. And he wanted to find ways to share it by doing which is the fans. Right? And so we started our creative magazine, created the fan club, and events and things like that. This is a way for us in the archives to share stories and share pictures and share things. And of course, the best way is just to work this stuff out and make sure you see how it works.
Pretty okay?
Awesome. So could you tell us about the dragon?
Absolutely. This dragon is the original dragon head from the original Fantasmic show at Disneyland. It's now had its 25th anniversary, and last summer they traded out this dragon for a new one. So this is the original dragon head that you saw when you saw the Fantasmic show prior to last summer. And they were so excited to turn it over to the archives. The guys down at Disneyland called us and said, you know, will you take him? We really want to save him, but we don't have anywhere to store him. And instead of just putting him up in one of the parade barns, they really wanted us to take him. So we knew we had this exhibit coming up, so we said yes, well, we'd be happy to have him. So they fixed him all up, they made him light up, they shined it all up, and then brought it up to us up the freeway to Simi Valley and caused a stir on all the highways. Brought it up here and
Great
put
photos.
it in for our exhibit. So we're so excited to have him.
And how did you decide it was going to be in this exhibit?
Well, you know, this particular area down here, we just refer to it as the tent, or you know, the Peace Pavilion, I think is what it's technically called. We knew down here we had enough room to put some oversized pieces. Originally, of course, we thought of the Black Pearl, and then we added the Endeavor too, which we haven't shown before here. And so we thought, well, you know, we've got room for some big pieces. And when they called and said they had the dragon head, we thought, oh, that's got to be perfect for our Magic Kingdoms section. So Magic Kingdoms is this area here. We've got Rex from Star Tours at Disneyland, and the original sign of Snow White from the Snow White Scary Adventures at Disneyland. We've got Mickey's Review from Walt Disney World, the Mickey animatronic. And of course the dragon head, and then a little Oscar from Country Bear Jamboree. This is a dress from Betty Taylor wore in Golden Horseshoe Review with her mirror and headdress. And then of course we have some Haunted Mansion pieces, both from Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and a Disneyland pirate. So we thought, well, we'll take this section, and we had so much more that we wanted to put in here. We have the Peter Pan pirate ship and the Mr. Toad vehicle. We have a lot of other things, there just wasn't enough room, so we had to be really selective, but we knew this would be really impactful and that people would love seeing it up close. Because you see it on the other side of the river, you know, and it looks so cool, but you don't realize how big it is.
It's almost scarier up close.
Yeah, I know. And then to see it all lit up at first hand is really, really cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure.
No, that's month and a half. That's good.
So focused on piano students, and I
Yes.
you see and then I totally forgot about like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't even realize those tickets were going on sale. So I was reading through it. All sold out. Like,
I know they haven't been sold out because it's so long. Because the anniversary.
I'm not sure seeing these guys young is like makes me feel good or not. Makes me feel old. Which guys? Look at him.
I didn't realize he got one, so I was really excited when I saw
Yes, that's all I've got.
it. Hey, it's still pretty cool. We gotta redid it, but I want to redid it.
by the end of the exhibit.
One of my favorite things in here, the letter from Amy Carter.
I love that letter.
You see the rest of